Today we're testing Ethiopian 8mm Mauser ammo, and the first clip is on an Ethiopian stripper clip. This clip even comes with free rust. Okay, failure to fire. Failure to fire. Failure to fire. Two 5-2-4. Hang fire. 2-4-3-5. Hang fire. Failure to fire. Failure to fire. Clip number 2. Some of these rounds are in a little bit worse shape than that first clip. Failure to fire. Failure to fire. Failure to fire. It got an error. Ugh. That one did fire on time. Failure to fire. Two, 4-2-3. Fired on time. Sorry, slight hang fire. Failure to fire. Failure to fire. Hang fire, 2106. Failure to fire. 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 Hang fire 2309. Failure to fire. Two, 4, 7, 9. Two, 4, 0, 2. Hang fire. Failure to fire. Failure to fire. Failure to fire. Two, 4, 8, 0. Failure to fire. Two, 4, 5, 6. That one fired on time. Two, 3, 8, 8. So that was my time on the range. My velocity low was 2,106, and my velocity high was 2,524, leading to a total deviation of 418. My velocity average was 2,402. As you may have noticed, there was one outlier on the low end, that 2,106, which was 200 feet per second under the next lowest number, which was 2,309. So if you remove that number, that total spread is 215, and the average is 2,432. If you decide to remove that, considering a chronograph error, that is up to you. However, considering the condition of this ammo, I would not be surprised to say that this was not a chronograph error, but rather a bad round. This average is anywhere from 30 to 50 feet per second lower than a lot of the other ammos in this weight category, a lot of the other surplus ammos in this weight category. However, if you remove that one round, it would be pretty close to the others. None of these rounds fired correctly. If I counted properly, I shot 19 rounds. 31.6 of those were hang fires, and 31.6 of those fired on the second primer strike. There is some overlap there with a few of those rounds. And then 47.4 rounds did not fire at all. That was 9 out of the 19 rounds. Let's go ahead and look at the boxes for these. They have this small cloth pull tab, and then when you open that up, they have 15 rounds inside. So 5, 5, and 10. Those may be flipped around, but I put these in here afterwards. On the box, we have the factory name, which, if I remember correctly, is the Emperor Haile Selassie cartridge factory, or something along those lines. That was the emperor at the time when this ammo was manufactured. We have 15 rifle cartridges. This is the caliber of .792, and then this right here is without chargers, and this is with chargers. There's a little smudge right there. However, one way to notice is this has a little upside down U, and this has a different looking S. Then we have the date, 1946. Although the boxes are dated 1946, the back of these rounds are dated 1953. Then we have the lot number. This one is lot number 9. This one is lot number 11. This box came on chargers, and this one came on no chargers. The chargers are the little 2-piece stripper clips that I talk about in my 8mm Mauser stripper clip video. I love foreign language head stamps. These ones are in Amharic. Right here you can see Emperor Haile Selassie, the initials for his name, not his full name. And then you have these 2 little 6-pointed stars. They kind of look like a large triangle and then a smaller upside down triangle. Likely, that just means they are brass cased. And that's at least what I've read online. Then the date, 1953. I believe the dating difference between the cartridges and the boxes is due to the fact that the Ethiopians did not use the same calendar that many other countries used. So while the cartridges are stamped one way, the boxes are stamped another way. And I believe that has to do with the canonical date of the birth of Christ in their calendar versus the Gregorian or our calendar. Don't quote me on that. That is as far as I know. I wanted to show you a few full cartridges to show you that these had some severe water damage on them. And not all of them did. A few of them did not. However, these ones had serious water damage on this side going right there. And then this one had a bullet so bad I would not feel comfortable shooting this bullet. I have shot some others. However, this one in particular, I just would not feel comfortable shooting that. Now let's talk about the bullets. Now these were in pretty rough shape, so I don't want you to think that this is indicative of how this ammo was manufactured. It was likely manufactured much better than we see. However, it was over time and age and water damage that these bullets were corroded and the weights were disturbed. So our lowest was 196.2 and our highest was 199.0 grains, the total spread of 2.8 grains. That is pretty wide. I believe that is the widest of any of the ammos that we've tested. These are the bullets. You can see where the round crimps on them, and I don't really have too much to report here. You can see that they definitely have some lead in the core. However, they are still magnetic. This is either because the jacket is bimetal or the core is steel on the inside. So what that means is if it is especially dry or there's a fire warning, or if you're just shooting in an area where fires are possible or likely, don't shoot this ammo. The other thing you can notice, which we've already talked about, is that these bullets are going to have some corrosion on them. The powder, however, did not suffer as much damage as the bullets. The powder low was 43.2 and the powder high was 44.6, with a total spread of 1.4 grains between the lowest and the highest. That is the second highest of any one that we've had. The Yugoslavian ammo from 1978 was the highest. Our average for the powder was 43.68 grains. The powder is large flakes, as you can see here, so we've seen this before. Nothing too special. Now for my recommendation, I personally would really like to find this ammo in better condition before I tell you whether or not to shoot it if you find it in good condition. However, that being said, I would say with any ammo in this condition, I would recommend staying away from it, even if you're just going to use the components to reload. The powder, maybe you could use. I would not recommend using the bullets since they were so corroded. One of them I didn't feel comfortable shooting at all, even if I was planning on shooting all of this ammo. However, with almost 50% dud rate, I wouldn't think this ammo is even worth it. I can deal with hang fires, and I can even deal with a few that fire on the second primer strike, and even a few duds. But when half of the rounds are not going to fire at all, I would stay away from it. However, no matter how good this ammo was originally manufactured, I would not recommend its use today because of the severe water damage it has suffered. I hope this video was helpful to you, and if it was, please like, subscribe, and share it. That is some of the biggest things you can do to help me, along with leaving comments. Alright, see you guys next week.